Welcome back, fitness friends. I'm Stacy, and I'm happy to have you join me for a kickboard aqua workout. Now today, let's just go over a little bit of the details in how to use your kickboard. Surface area matters. Now, one style you can do is platter style. You can have it laying flat on the top of the water. You can just place those hands on the top of the board, and you're just going to push gently across and back, or we'll do rotation with it as well, but I just want you to experiment with it and see how it feels. Now this is going to be the least resistance, so if you're looking for least resistance, this one is for you. The second option you have with holding your board will be called a tall tombstone. So you're going to hold the board so it's lengthwise up and down, and we're going to hold it at its sides, and it's going to look like a tombstone. That's why it's called that. And again, I want you to just experiment with it and see how it feels to push and pull and to do some rotations. You're going to be holding the board upright and just pushing and pulling, and you can always change the depth, going lower or higher with this one as well. So you can always change the resistance with lowering yourself down into the water and making it a little bit more, or coming up higher and making it a little bit less. And our last option for today is called the wide tombstone. So you're holding it again on its ends, and you're holding on the wide portion of it. It's upright, and it's wider than it is tall. And here we're going to do some pushing and pulling forward and back, and some rotation. Just experiment with this one, and notice that it's a lot more resistance, and as you sink into the water, you can even increase that resistance. So if you're looking for more intensity today, this is the one for you. So feel free to play around with any of those different styles today. I'll give you suggestions, but make this workout your own. Let's get warmed up. Let's go ahead and put those hands on the platter style kickboard in front of us, and we're just going to keep those feet planted first, and we're just going to start with some rotation to the right and to the left. Use your midsection to rotate, and make sure the shoulders are always relaxed and down and your abdominals are engaged. As you move through this, we want to start pivoting through those hips and those feet. So we're going to start gradually lifting the heel as you rotate to make your range of motion bigger. Stay with your feet wide and keep your rotation with the arms from right to left. And as the arms swoop from side to side, go ahead and do a knee lift. So you're going to swoop the arms to right, do a knee lift right, then swoop the arms to left, do a knee lift left. Now as you do it, try to keep those legs wide in a V fashion. We want to start opening up those hips and warming up those abdominals. Go ahead and bring those feet down towards the floor and hold that board in a wide tombstone fashion. And we're just going to swoop the board down in a figure 8 sideways fashion from side to side. And again, we're trying to get a little bit of a bend in the sides. We're trying to warm up your sides. Keep your shoulders relaxed as you do this motion. Lie the board flat on the surface in a platter style, and we're just going to go ahead for a jog here, and we're going to push and pull that platter forward and back with the kickboard. So push, pull, shoulders relaxed, just pull it into the body, push away, and jog away. Feel free to go ahead and jog forward and backwards with the same motion. This is going to help you increase the muscle usage, and we're going to work on that balance. Go ahead and start traveling sideways now. So we're going to want to go to the left and the right with that jog. And with those arms, let's go ahead and make that into more of a stir. So you're just going to go ahead and stir by slicing it across the top of the surface as you go to the right, and go ahead and reverse and go to the left. Now go ahead and keep that board in front of you, just anchor into it for some support. You're going to swing it from right and left in a tick-tock fashion, and as you do, bring your opposite leg up. So we're going to abduct the hip out to the side on the opposite side of the board. So you're going to just do a small pendulum right and left. Start warming up those hips. Slow the board down and center it in front of you, and go ahead and keep the shoulders relaxed, stay in a tall posture, and alternate a leg lift behind you. So you're going to just squeeze your glutes, bring the right leg up, tap down, squeeze the glutes, bring the left leg up behind you. All we're trying to do is activate the back side. Try not to arch your low back. Great, let's change up those legs. Just jump those legs out and in a jumping jack fashion. Let's change up those legs into a skiing leg. So alternating the front leg, the right and the left, in a long stride. And one more time, let's go back to those jack legs, out and in. Keep the feet wide, and let's change these into butt kickers. So alternating right and left, just bring those heels up to try to get close to that rear end. You can always swing that board side to side, slicing across the top of the water. And we're finishing up with our warm-up and moving into a quick rest break. Feel free to pause if you need to. We're going to move along here into our first set of exercises. We're going to start with that board in a platter hold in front, and we're going to do a forward and backwards jog. Now use your best posture, jogging forward about 4 times and then backwards about 4 times. You can go further if you have more space in the pool. And remember, as we go through our exercises today, you're welcome to change up the placement on the board in order to increase or decrease your intensity. So feel free to change this into a wide tombstone or a tall tombstone at any point. let's steady those feet and ground them and bring the board to the right side. And we're going to bring it underneath the armpit. Once you have your shoulder relaxed and down, we're just going to bend to the right, down and up to that tall posture, down and up. Now you can hold that board in lengthwise or widthwise, whatever is best for you and the intensity. Our goal on these is about 10 to 15 repetitions. Once you get there, go ahead and switch to the other side. Again, your best posture when you do these. Let's get moving again. Let's do that forward and backward jog that we already did, and let's put that board in a placement where it's going to challenge you. So either in that wide tombstone or maybe in that tall tombstone. So something that's going to really get you to have to put a little bit more effort in here. Remember, if you're already starting to poop out or you're starting to feel it in those wrists, change up the placement. You can always go a little bit more challenging when you feel it. Let's slow those feet down and bring the feet now into a jack out and in. We're going to hold the board in front of us in a wide tombstone fashion, shoulders relaxing down and elbows out to the sides. Now you can either hold it there and just do the jack legs, or if you want upper body resistance, we're going to go ahead and add a push and pull to this. Try to keep your abs engaged and stay really strong as you push and pull. Let's plant those feet and go to some upper body toning. So go into a stagger stance, relax your shoulders, and put the board in front of you. We're going to put the palms out in front of you, and we're going to just do a bend and extend of those elbows. Now you can hold the board in a few different ways. You can hold it wide, or you can hold it long. So you just play around with what you're looking for intensity, and try to do about 20 or so here, or you can do 10 on the right and 10 on the left. And I'm going to show you an option how that looks underwater if you're doing one side at a time. To make it even more efficient, do a big exhale as you push the board towards the floor, and an inhale as the board comes back up, and try to keep it always under the surface of the water. One more time, let's go back to that forward and backwards jog. And again, pick whatever one was your favorite for the hold in front of you. We're just going to go ahead and move for a little over a minute forward and backwards jogging here. Let's get the heart rate up, let's pump the blood through the body, and let's burn those calories. We're closing in on about 20 seconds left on this one, and then we'll move into a toning exercise. For some upper body toning, we're just going to push that board down towards the pool floor and let it come back up. Try not to break through the surface. Push down and back up. Those elbows just stay wide out to your sides, shoulders relaxed. Now we can do this in a staggered stance and just work on toning, or you can add some cardio by adding an additional jog of those feet. It's your choice because it's your workout. You got about 20 more seconds on this one. Slow those feet down and come to a wide staggered stance. That's with the right foot forward, left foot back. And just start rotating with a slicing of the board across the surface of the water, platter style. As you do, we're going to start lifting the back leg up. So we're going to do a knee repeater with the back leg. As the board comes and slices across the knee is going to lift. And we're going to try to tap down with a big range of motion. You want this to be as big of a movement as you can. It's time to switch sides. Same thing, other side. And again, you're looking for about 15 or so repetitions on this side. Remember those push-pulls? Well, they are back. So you can choose to keep those in a toning fashion and just push and then drive those elbows back for that pull. Or we're going to add a little extra intensity by adding a hop to this one. So as you push your board forward, we're going to hop forward and then we're going to pull back and hop back. Push and pull, hop forward and hop back at the same time. And as you hop, you're using both feet to hop forward and back. Try to land, ground yourself, and then hop in both directions. This one's going to be a little bit more challenging. That got our heart rate up, so let's bring it down a little bit and come back to a wide stance, and we're going to do some torso rotations. So what you're going to want to do is hold the board up and downwards in a tombstone style, and we're going to hold it on the furthest end and in the closest end. As you rotate, you're going to bring the board across your body, and you're just going to kind of do a nice flip of the wrist to bring it back across the body. So we're going to rotate to the one side, flip the wrist, and then bring it across and rotate to the other side. Try to really push with your core as you move. Keep those shoulders relaxed, take a nice strong breath, and exhale as you push. It's time for some hips. Let's anchor that board on your left side. Relax your shoulder and just kind of lean into it. Let's use the right leg first. So we're going to just do a knee up, then a side kick out to the right, bring the knee in, and then tap down, knee up, kick out, knee in, tap down. And as you do this, we want to make the range of motion bigger and bigger. So you're going to try to add more of a reach and side bend as you go. It's time to switch sides. Bring the board to the other side and use the opposite leg. So now we are on that left side, and knee up, kick out, and knee in, and then tap down. Knee up, kick out, knee in, tap down. Try to really reach through your body. Bring the board back in front in that platter style. Relax the shoulders, just hang on to it, and just move those legs in a ski fashion. So we're just going to go ahead and go for a nice strong ski here and get that heart rate up. Option to add a push and pull, just a platter style push and pull here. And if you want a little bit more on that platter style, just lower it down into the water. So bring it down a few inches, lower it into the water, and see how that feels. Just about 10 seconds and we're moving on. let's hold the board underneath that left shoulder, relax it, and hold on to it nice and strong, and go into a side plank here. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to do some kicking in a side kick here. Any kind of kick you want. We're going to go around 4 times in a circle. So just circle around 4 times in a clockwise fashion. After you get 4 times in a revolution around, we're going to go 4 times all the way around in the other direction. So you're going to have to set up for the other direction after you've completed 4. You should have been about 4 times around, so now it's time to go in the other direction. For this next one, we're going to actually sit on your board, so go ahead and sit all the way on it and clamp your feet up and underneath. So you want to have those knees bent really super strong to have the board secured underneath you. Now, if you can't feel comfortable doing it, you can always just hold onto the board and try your best just to balance. Otherwise, we're going to just bring those knees to the right, to the left in a agitator fashion. So think of like a washing machine going to the right and to the left. Arms are going to go and swing in the opposite direction. Let's get to those core muscles. We're going to stay seated on that board for about 1 more minute. So really stay firmly tucked onto that board, those knees. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to tuck the abs up and inward as we swing the arms downward. So arms swing down, knees are going to tuck up and in, then the arms are going to swing back forward. So we're going to do a nice strong crunch of the knees up, swing the arms, use the palms to help swing the arms down and back up. This is a great core exercise. Just 10 more seconds. Bring the board in front of you, relax the shoulders, and then hold it down underneath the water and get yourself into a plank. Now once you are in a nice strong posture, we're going to alternate lifting the legs behind us in a left, right, left, right. Try to do a long leg here. And just try to really focus on your middle staying strong. Let's plant those feet wide again, and we're going to hold that board down, so platter style, but push it all the way to the floor with shoulders relaxed, and then start tick-tocking the board side to side. Now as you do, and you bring the board to the right, let's go ahead and do a pendulum on the left. So we're going to have the board on the opposite side of your pendulum. We're going to pendulum the legs. Now you really need to keep your core engaged and keep those shoulders relaxed during this one, and feel free to turn that board upright on its sides for a little less resistance. plant those feet in an athletic stance and relax those shoulders. Let's do some stirring with our board. So we're going to go ahead and stir 2 times in one direction, then 2 times in the other direction. So we want to make a lot of turbulence with the water. We want to really turn up the water. So feel free to slice it across the top or put it in that tombstone style and slice through. Now really engage your middle. And our last exercise of today is the figure 8 with the board. Now you can have the board in an upright position, or you can actually have it in more of a flat position where you're going to slam the water away, so push it down into the water and use more of your upper body. So the more of the surface area, like I said, surface area matters, the more of the area that goes into the water, the more you're going to feel it. So try moving it around and bending through the sides and really giving yourself a challenge on this one. Awesome job, everybody. Now it's time to cool down, take a little walk around your pool, do some stretching. There's no cool down with this workout, so please do some cool down on your own. And join me for another workout in the future. Please like and subscribe my videos. I appreciate your support. See you again soon, everybody.